have 3 photos of my son Tyler when he was a little bit younger, and he found a hat in Target, and excuse me, I've got hiccups. I've been waiting all day for them to go away, but they're not going away, so I figured I'd go ahead and film this. So anyway, he figured he would model this hat because he wanted me to buy it for him. And so I have these 3 cute photos of him, and I'm going to scrapbook them using the Be Different paper collection from Fancy Pants. And sorry. I seriously have been waiting like 3 hours for these hiccups to go away, and they won't go away. So anyway, I apologize. So I have the sticker sheet and the alphabet stickers and some of the papers, and I just got this from steals.com. So I'm going to go ahead and start scrapbooking and put you on fast forward. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm flipping through my papers and seeing what I want to use as my background. This is always how I start out. And I've decided on this funky striped red and cream background and that really narrow black and cream chevron. And I'm pretty much going to use those as my background, but I've also pulled out a piece of cream that matches those two. I did this this layout a while ago, so I've got to try to remember everything. So I think I use that cream as my main background. Yeah, my main background, and then I'm going to cut pieces of both the other papers to glue on there and use those as well. I'm going to have a really large layer of the red and then a smaller layer of the black and cream chevron on top of it. And I cut it too short. I didn't think it was wide enough or tall enough. So what I'm going to do is take that little piece that I cut off right there of the red and cream, and I'm going to just glue it down at the bottom of the other one, and then you won't be able to tell because the chevron paper is on top of it, if that makes sense. So I pulled out my sewing machine, and I'm going to sew along each of the borders, and there'll be 4 lines of borders, and I'm doing a zigzag stitch. I think zigzag is fun for boy pages. I mean, they're fun for girl pages too, but I just find that they're really playful and fun, and I really like doing them because you can see the zigzag stitch a lot more than you can a straight stitch, and so it kind of makes the effort of sewing a little more noticeable. So I'm just going to go ahead and sew those straight forward lines, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished sewing, and I'm just going to cut off the ends of the strings because I didn't back stitch at the beginning. So when you don't back stitch, you kind of need to tape the little strings hanging out of the back of the paper just so it doesn't pull out the thread. And usually I'll do a little back stitch at the beginning so I don't have to do that, but I forgot this time. So I'm just using some washi tape that I don't like because I'll never use it otherwise. So I'm using the washi tape to tape down those threads. So that's what my paper looks like now. And you can't tell it's 3 different pieces of paper. It looks like it's just 2, but I don't know. I kind of like how it turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere all 3 photos down. I love these photos. I think they're so funny. They're so my son. Like, that's so his personality. You know what I mean? And he doesn't even care that we're in Target, in the middle of Target, and we're shopping, and people are walking by and they can see him, and he's just posing. He doesn't care. And he was a lot younger when we did this. This was like 3 years ago, and believe it or not, he's now 6'4" and 17 years old, and he's all grown up looking. He doesn't have that baby face anymore, and he's like 2 feet taller. I don't know. But time sure does change fast in a matter of 3 years when your kids are teenagers anyway. So I've got this little 3x4 Project Life card that says "March to the beat of your own drum," and that describes my son perfectly. So I wanted to use it, but it didn't fit, so I cut it down, to a much smaller size, and I'm going to use it over on the bottom right hand side of the layout, and that's going to be where one of my main clusters are. And now I'm going to work on the title, and the title is Superstar. You can tell that I'm not really good at titles because my titles are always kind of generic. I see people come up with these great titles, like they'll use full sentences that are really cute and catchy, and I wish that I was creative like that, but I just get stumped when it comes to titles. So I just use whatever comes to mind, and it's always something simple, which I guess means I'm simple-minded, right? Anyway, so Superstar is the title, and now I'm putting some foam tape on that little Project Life card just so it'll stand up a little bit, because I want it to kind of be a focal point because it describes my son so well. So I have this little die cut that I cut out on my Silhouette Cameo, and I cut everything out in white and then I change the colors later, usually. And I decided I wanted this in black, so I'm using my black Wink of Stella pen. And it actually turns out more like a dark gray, but it's okay, it's close enough. If I would have done 2 full layers of the color, I think it would have come out a little more sparkly and a little more dark, but I didn't, so that's how it turned out. And I'm going to move it around a whole lot trying to figure out where in the world to put it, and then finally it's going to end up over there next to the March to the Beat of Your Own Drum card. I think my son was standing there and I kept saying, where should I put it, here, here, or here? And he was like, my older son Justin has really good taste when it comes to my layouts. Like if I get stuck, I'll say, Justin, what should I do here? And he'll tell me, and it always works out. But poor Tyler, I guess he's more like me. He always tells me the thing that doesn't look good. I don't know. He's not got that creative gene, I guess. So I've got some little die cuts from the Fancy Pants, I think it's called Captured Memories collection, and I just saved the die cuts because they were left over after I used up the collection. And I'm using some of those on this page because they match and they're kind of cute and they match the theme. And then I pulled out one little red arrow from these Daily Flash snap caps, and it says take note. And also from that Memories Captured collection, I have some flare buttons, and I'm going to use one that says picture perfect, and that's going to go in the bottom left cluster. So I've got 2 little areas that I decorated or whatever, embellished, the bottom left and the very bottom right. And I didn't really do a third cluster because I didn't feel like I needed it. I don't always follow the rules by like 3 triangle clusters, and you know what I mean, like I just don't always follow those rules. I just kind of march to the beat of my own drum. And I just kind of do what seems right to me. So I glued down that little chipboard snapshot after I cut off the little brad holder part of it. And then I'm hot gluing down some buttons. And that also came from that Memories Captured ephemera kit. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere everything down, all my little pieces. And I forgot to glue down the little arrow that says take note, but I'm going to do that in a minute. So I found this sticker that says unique and that has the definition of unique, and I put that on there. And then there's a couple little word stickers that I'm going to use, and they all say things like just talking about how unique he is, you know what I mean, because he's one of a kind and sort of that kind of a thing. So I put 3 of those little word stickers on there. And then I think I'm done, but then I realized that I forgot to glue down a couple things. So I'm going to go ahead and glue them down. Oh, I'm going to show you the thing, and then I'm going to notice it's not glued down. Now everything's glued down. So I'm going to show you a close-up, and then I've got some close-up photos at the end. And it's a really simple layout, but I think this turned out really cute. And the papers match his personality perfectly. So I was pretty happy with this layout. So I'm going to go ahead and let you see the close-ups, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.